here's our problem with our no crank hose reel. It's sticking. Something's wrong with it. We'll have to take it apart, see what's wrong with it. I'll let you know. Okay, let's dig into this thing. The handle here has gotten so stiff, I can't even move it anymore. If I pry on it any harder, it's going to break. So we need to get into this thing. There's 3 screws on this. That's easy enough. Just take that with a Phillips. And then underneath here, there's 4 screws. Let me move the hose reel here. You can see the holes where the screws go in, down in here. See, there's one. So there's 4 of those. So now we'll just pop this out and see if that, what's inside of there. Some U-cup seals here. Looks like maybe some O-rings inside of that hole. Wonder if it turns any freer yet. Still stiff. So now I'm going to have to figure out how I'm going to get this, maybe this whole left side of this thing is going to have to come out so I can get the hose reel out. But I still hear it squeaking. So it's still going to be stiff, so we're going to have to dig into it more. Underneath here, there's all the gears here. But I think all these gears do is just run this thing to track the hose back and forth. So I'm thinking that we're going to have to get in here. Maybe there's these clips here. Right there, or there. To get this side off. But that's what we're going to do next. Okay, this thing isn't made to come apart. It's all clicked together. They must just pound it together with a hammer, and it ain't made to come apart. I even saw some area here where I thought maybe there would have been a screw. I drilled this out, or maybe a clip or something I could remove. Nothing. There's clips all the way along the whole thing, and it doesn't come apart. So too bad, too sad. I even looked over here. There was a cover here. Took that off, took this plug out. Nothing comes apart. So what I ended up doing was using this stuff. It's a silicone, polymer silicone. And then I just sprayed it on all these gears. And I sprayed it on all the pivot points that I could. And that got rid of that squeak. So maybe there's something better that I should be using. I'm sure this is all I got. If it works, it works. If it doesn't, I'll get something better. A silicone spray, straight silicone spray instead of that stuff. But so at this point, I'm glad the squeak is gone. It moves pretty smooth now. But this thing never did wind up nice. It was always overlapped. Didn't look right. So if we watch here and here, so we notice now it's going to be moving up. So now, see, this is already overlapping, and this thing is still moving this way. See that? So that's how it gets all, now it's starting to go the other way, but it's already too late. It's too far over this way. So the only way I could do it was this gear here. There's a screw in the center of it. I had to grind out a little bit here to get the screwdriver in. I couldn't get the screwdriver, so there's a spot here somewhere that I ground out. A little notch here to get my screwdriver straight on it. Took the screw out. So now I'll remove the gear. And I think we need to position this. We need to position this down this way a little bit. So I think maybe about there. Put the gear back on. Now let's see how it does. Oh, I went totally the wrong way, didn't I? Whoops. So I gotta go all the way that way, and then it reverses itself. And go this way. Let's try that. Just a little bit more that way. There. I think that's tracking just about right. Put it all together. I'll try it a few more times. And then after that, we'll go to repair this valve assembly that was in here. That's got to come apart yet. That handle's going to break off if I don't get that to move right. So that's what we'll do next. All right, into the valves. We're going to have to take off this lever. So there's two little tabs right here. Squeeze those in. Off comes the lever. Now this should be a center spool. That center spool on the inside. And that should push out this way. We can turn these this way. And give this a push and see if it comes. No way! Give her a bang maybe. No way. Well, I'm going to have to come up with maybe a socket or something. I can turn it upside down and hit it with a hammer. Got to support it around this outer edge here. I'll find a socket and we'll give that a try. Okay, here's where we're at. I had to go in, put it in some boiling water to make it move. So now it moves, because I couldn't get it off. So this piece here, while I was pounding, this piece went all the way in and went all the way down into here. And I thought that's what was holding. I thought this was one piece. I didn't know this was here. I thought it held the handle in, and then I would be able to drive this out. Well, apparently it doesn't. So let's go on with that too. So now this piece also, it's supposed to clip in here and it's supposed to hold the handle. Well, you can see it hardly even fits. It doesn't, it needs to be spread out or something. And I thought I damaged it at first. But then I was also thinking, well, what actually holds this in? Because this can actually just come out. So the thing is, two things. This being held because it's too, see how easy it is there? And if I were to spread this out, those would clip in better. Well, that's done with this outer cover. There's this dowel here. It's tapered actually a little bit. And when you put the outer cover on, that's what spreads that out and holds it in. So second thing is, what is holding this from going out, I hooked my peepers on it a little bit closer and I noticed that there's this little clip here, this little C-clip, and that's what holds it in. So, ooh, there, I heard it over there. So, yeah. So I'm glad I didn't bang on it any harder, but I had to get it to move first with this to move. So now, hopefully it'll come out. Oh, there. It's still pretty tough. Here comes the O-rings. Uh-oh. I don't want to do that, so he's going to get caught there. Push that down a little bit. Maybe I should have turned it a bit.
What are you pushing down an O-ring?
Yeah. Maybe I better go back and turn it. I don't want to cut them. Put this back down. No, I gotta go this way. There we go. Dang it. Uh-oh. Oh, oh, oh. There we go. There we go. So then I got silicone grease. I think we'll just stick some. Stick some in here. I better do these here too. Okay, now let's see if we can get this stuck together. There we go. I gave some marks up on here so I know where I was at. Well, that's 100% better, isn't it? Okay, so then we just, we'll put this back in.
What about your C-clamp?
Oh, geez, thank you. Gotta put that on. That's on the floor over here.
I'll get it.
Yeah, good, we gotta put that clip in there. Oh boy. That in. Line these tabs up with these tabs. Push that in. And then when we install it, that all, where this goes, that pin will push that piece in and it'll all be contained. And that should do it. It's in the middle of November here in Minnesota, so I'm not going to test it out. We can see that this moves easy now, and you can tell on the hose reel part, we pulled on it, the squeak is gone. It comes out very easy, so I know it's all going to work. Too bad we couldn't get it all apart. I wanted to figure out what actually makes that thing work, what causes it to rotate, but it doesn't come apart. But this should fix it. Seems like a well-built product. So it should have plenty more years.